Hey there guys, Zologe here, bringing you my top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh decks as of Duelist Alliance. This is just a list that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, coming up at number 10, we have Agents. Now, the Agent decks are one of the very few fairy-based decks that I'll mess around with. And the reason I like them is quite simple, actually. There are so many variants of these agent decks. There's Chaos Agents, Transmodify Agents, Tethys Dissension Draw, Insector Agents, Christia Control, TG Agents, and the list goes on and on. And with the new tuner, their new tuner is perhaps one of the best tuners in the game at this point in time due to its method of summoning, as it's costless, and its deck thinning capabilities with its level changing effect. On top of that, it's dark, so Chaos Agents will like this one a lot. Coming in at number 9 is a little bit of a newer deck. It's actually the Burning Abyss. So this is the first and only deck from Duelist Alliance that made it onto here. This is a combo-oriented deck with all the Burning Abyss cards working together in a very nice fashion as their effects mesh together and they work off each other, which is really nice to see teamwork in a deck like that. And the fact that they're based off of the Inferno part of the Divine Comedy makes me like them even more. Not to mention that it's a TCG exclusive deck that's actually doing really, really well for itself with just 4 members in the main deck and 1 in the extra deck. The 4 members being the 3 monsters and the trap card that they got. If only Dante, their Xyz monster, wasn't so goddamn expensive, it's a deck that I would love to play in real life. Coming in at number 8 is Jarek. I really like dinosaurs. I like fire-related stuff. Dinosaurs on fire? Sign me up, baby! This is one of the 2 dinosaur archetypes in the game, and its playstyle is very fitting for something like this. Unlike its younger brother focusing on evolution and field control, this is a deck that's about beating your opponent down with raw force. No tricks, no hassle, just ridiculous amounts of attack points running straight at your opponent's face. It's really fun to play. Sadly, Magic Cylinder hurts this deck a lot. Taking 4,000 points of damage to the face from your own monster is never fun. Coming in at number 7, we have Insectors. Yet another typing with very few archetypes. Insectors are, well, they're insects. Kinda. Their playstyle is very field control-y, popping cards for free with Hornet, spamming the board with Dragonflight while netting pluses with Centipede. I never actually got to play this deck during its competitive prime with Hornet and Dragonfly at 3, but it's still a very fun deck to play regardless. Check it out if you feel like it. Who knows? It might surprise you. And coming in at number 6, we have Merlin Tian. This is one of those decks that refuses to die. It's been relevant for them in the metagame for at least some extent ever since its release in Abyss Rising. It's changed a lot over the years, and I've been messing around with it a bunch of times. Merlin Tian is also one of the most fun decks to duel against, at least in my own opinion. Because the cards in the deck have such synergy, you have many options and ways to get around your opponent's defenses. It's gotten hit 2 times on the ban list, both of them key cards, and it's still a pretty solid deck. And coming in at number 5, we have Ghost Tricks. Going from a very fast and heavy-hitting deck to a slow, control-based stun deck, the level 1 Ghost Tricks can be splashed into almost anything and be useful in some way. The deck as a whole is not super competitive at all, but flipping your opponent's monsters face down while beating them to death with Halloween-themed monsters is just too hilarious to pass up. If you play your cards right, you can troll people immensely with this deck, and it can be quite a hassle to beat if the one playing it knows what he's doing. This is one of those decks that is only as good as the person piloting it, as it is you really need to know what your opponent's doing, and reading your opponent is one of the key things you need to know when playing it. It has a lot of depth to it for a stall deck, and you need to know when and which attacks to block with the Ghost Trick Lanterns and the Jack Frosts. That and the Ghost Tricks doll is one of the most annoying cards ever to deal with. Rolling in at number 4, we have the Volta Gate. This is a hero deck focusing on the elemental hero Voltic's ability to bring banished heroes back, using Fusion Gate to banish them and bringing out the big fusion monsters heroes are known for. With the introduction of Shadow Mist and Dark Law, the deck got even better and is, in my opinion, the best way to play heroes right now. I still haven't tried out the new elemental hero Blaze Man in it yet, so I really don't know what to think of him. But I encourage you all to try this hero deck out instead of the stupid Bubblebeat deck that everyone seems to be playing instead. And the number 3 slot belongs to the Archfiend. Now, Archfiends is very much like Agents, how the archetype can be played in so many ways. There is an Archfiend Stun, Archfiend Synchro, Archfiend Rank 6 Spam, Zombie Archfiends, Archfiend Monarchs. The list goes on. The one I have the most experience with, though, is the Archfiend Synchro deck, focusing on bringing out Beals and Void Ogre Dragon, and then bringing out Archfiend Emperor to gain control of the field. Besides, I like the artwork on most of these cards, and the deck is really cheap right now, as most of the deck consists of rares. Did I mention that the Archfiends have a spell card version of number 11 Big Eye? It's called Falling Down, and it steals games if played right. So if that doesn't sell you on this deck, then I don't know what will. And the deck taking the number 2 spot is the Star Seraphs. Yes, the vanilla Star Seraph. When I think of Star Seraphs, I think pluses. Ever since their new support arrived in the OCG, the deck went from rogue tier to top tier in the Stellar Knight hybrid. That's because of the stupid Scepter Sovereign combo that allows you to summon out any rank 4 with 3 materials, popping a card in the field and ending your turn with 7 cards in hand. Now that is something I like. Generally, I like their artwork more so than anything else when they were first released in Judgment of Light. Back then they weren't half bad, but it's just that they went way too minus for their own good. That was fixed with their new support, though. Konami, why you no bring that stuff over here in TCG land? Seriously, we want it. And burning itself through the list and landing at number 1 is Fire Kings. You who have watched my videos probably know this already, but I love Fire Kings. When that structure deck was announced, I was hyped as all hell. Getting free Dark Holes every standby phase while still keeping a 2700 beat stick on board sounds pretty good. The deck is pretty cheap too, as you can build a decent one with just 3 structure decks. It's a solid tier 2 deck that's easy to pick up and easy to learn how to play. On top of things, it has the most broken second turn play in the game. Onslaught of the Fire Kings is a damn good card, and if the deck somehow becomes tier 1 for an entire format, that is the spell card to go first, to limit it or banned. Since monster destruction is always going to be a game mechanic that's going to be relevant, regardless of format, Fire Kings will stick around for a long time. Out of all the structure decks we've gotten over the years, this is hands down one of the best, along with Dragons Collide and the Realm of Light. And that was my list. Don't like it? Then make your own. Post your top 10 favorite decks in the comments to let me know what you like. Also, don't forget to leave a like and make sure to subscribe if you really like my content. If you want to check out other decks I've made or other videos, here's my Garunix loop and the Necrostun deck profiles for you. I hope you guys enjoy those too. Bye!